Hi, today I'm going to teach you how to draw a simple anime face. All you need is a simple pen or pencil. I don't want to make this intro too long, so I'm just going to get into it. First, you will draw a simple circle or oval for the base of the head. After that, you will draw a line down the center of this circle. You will make the line as long as you want the face to be. Okay, so now I'm mapping out the base of the chin, and then you'll see me drawing the jaw curving from the side of the circle to the bottom of the line. Now draw a horizontal line stretching across the bottom of the circle. This line tells you where the eyes and ears are. The ears are totally optional, so if you don't want to include them, then you don't have to. Now I'm gonna get started on the eyes. They should kind of make the shape of like a parallelogram, except with rounded lines. So you'll see I have like a curved one at the top and then another at the bottom, but they don't meet at the tip of like the eye. Okay, so now you may be wondering why the nose popped out of nowhere. I later decided to redraw it, so I'll show you how to draw it in a bit in like the next clip. Right now I'm drawing the lips, so I just draw a line and then at the center of it, I like to draw like a V, and then below it I map out the lip, and then I'll have like another line on top. So yeah, in the next clip I'm gonna show you how to do the nose, and right now I'm gonna redraw the jaw slightly because I decided that it was a little too short, so I kind of just made it a bit longer. Okay, and then here's also the eyebrow. You just hatch along. And the hatching should like mirror hair. Okay, so now I'm gonna draw the neck from the sides of the jaw. And now I'm gonna finally show you how to draw the nose. It should be a line that curves from the side of the eye, and then at the tip there should be a point, and then you'll draw the nostrils on the side, and they should be kind of like the top of a triangle, so there should be like a point to them, and then you'll do another. And now we're gonna do like a cast shadow for the nose. So you're gonna draw a line that kind of mirrors the nose with the same type of curve, and then it's gonna curve back, and then there's gonna be like a inverted triangle below the nostrils, and then you're gonna hatch along this cast shadow. Next, I'm gonna start on the eyes. They'll be simple circles, but the top parts will be cut off. Okay, so I'm starting on the next one, and I decided to go back in and change it because I messed up. And then you'll darken the rims around the eyes because they should be like darker. Same with the pupil, but I'll show that later. Now I'm gonna start erasing the sketch lines because we don't need them anymore. Now I'll be darkening around the eyes, not the eyeball itself, but like around the eye where the eyelashes are. This can mimic an eyeliner effect, So if you're making like a male character, you might want to tone it down a bit, but it depends on who you're drawing. Okay, so now I'll do the next. You just have to draw over what you already drew to darken it up. So it's pretty simple. Now I'm starting on the shoulders. I'm not going to show much of the body because this is just like a portrait, so I'm just going to draw like the top of the shoulders, and then I'm just going to stop there. So they curve from the bottom of the neck, and then they slope down, and then that's kind of it. Now I'm darkening up around the eyeballs. Okay, so yeah, I'm starting to hatch along the eye, leaving highlights on one side. And then at the center, you will draw the pupil. And then at the top of the eye, I darken it up. So, and then there's the iris, or the pupil. Okay, so here's another view. Okay, so this is like a more close up. So you can see that I think the iris is darker at the top, and then it kind of has a gradient where it gets lighter at the bottom of the eye. Now I'm starting on the other eye. It's gonna be about the same process. This time I'm starting with the pupil, and then I'm gonna work around it. So you hatch around it. The top of the iris is where it's darker, and then there's highlights on the left, and then it's lighter at the bottom as well. Okay, so now it should kind of look like YN. So let's add some hair. I'm gonna do like a very simple anime girl hairstyle, but you can do whatever you want. So I'm gonna have bangs at the center, and then it's gonna like go over the shoulders, or no, like behind the shoulders. I later chose to cover up the ears off camera because I felt like it looked weird having them popping out. So I have like spiked bangs coming down the forehead, and then it kind of fans out to the side across the face. Obviously, as I said before, you can do whatever you want for the hair. This is just what I went with. Okay, and then you can erase the top of the head because we don't need it anymore. Okay, and then I darken around the shape of the hair to make it more defined. And then I like define the top of the head, and then it goes down behind the shoulders. And then in the next few clips, I'll start on the adding value to the hair. So you're gonna shade at the top near the roots. That should be the darkest part of the hair. And then it should fan out in a gradient that gets lighter towards the center. Like if you've ever seen an anime character with a light streak through the center of the hair, that's kind of what this effect should create. So it's darker around the tips, and then it's darker around the roots as well, but near the center it's light. The hatching is supposed to create a hair texture, so all of the lines should be going in the direction that the hair would. And then it should be finished.